Hello, my friend. Vinay here, lecturer of exercise science, body transformation, and a performance coach. Here in episode 5 of the Fitness Engineered podcast to help you to figure out what are the necessary tools, resources, and frameworks to make your transformation journey easier, faster, and enjoyable. In today's episode, we are going to discuss how we could eat all of your favorite foods and still lose fat. Everything from burgers, pizzas, biryanis, cokes, chips, waffles, everything. How can we make these foods a part of your diet and a nutrition regimen that you could enjoy these foods and still transform? That is the topic for today, my friend. But before we dive deep into today's topic, the only thing I want you to understand is these foods are not bad by themselves. What makes them not that great option when it comes to dieting or when it comes to body transformation or losing fat is these foods are hyper palatable. What does hyper palatable basically means is that it is very easy to over consume these foods. It is very easy to consume 3000 calories from a pizza. It is very easy to consume two burgers, three burgers. It is very easy to eat unlimited cakes. That is the problem, my friend, because at the end of the day what will help us to lose fat is to stay in a calorie deficit, and to stay in a calorie deficit we have to consume less calories. But when we eat these foods, what actually happens is we are just consuming a lot of calories, and the calorie burning part is very, very difficult. There is a saying that we cannot outburn the calories from a bad diet, and that is very true, because eating 3000 calories is very easy. You could just eat one cheese burst pizza and you could consume 3000 calories in just one meal, and you are going to consume 3 to 4 meals throughout the day. That is going to give you almost 5000, 6000 calories. And just to give you a reference, one good strength training workout burns almost just around 300 calories. You burn just around 300 calories from a good strength training workout. Or when we talk about cardio burns slightly more calories during the workout, so it would help you to burn around 450 to 500 calories during one workout session. Just imagine how many workout sessions would it take for you to burn just the calories from a pizza, the calories from a cheese burst pizza itself. It's massive, right? A whole week's efforts and the workout sessions and the training will just help you to burn off calories of just one pizza. But does that mean that we should stop eating pizzas, or does that mean that working out is not at all beneficial? Both of the scenarios are not true, my friend, because what actually happens is all of the 3000 calories from the pizza are not going to get stored as fats. Okay, and what also happens is strength training, endurance training, cardio, all of those things are not only the source of burning calories. There are multiple benefits that we get from good workout, but at the end of the day calorie balance is what would dictate fat loss and fat gain. But we as of today don't exactly know what actually happens with the calories that we burn, with the calories that we eat, because our body is not a robot. It is not like our cell phones that we charge it for 90% and it would work for 18 hours, for 24 hours, or things like that. There are multiple things happening in our body that sometimes burns more calories, sometimes burns less calories. All of those things depends on multiple factors. Okay, so we are not going to get into that part today, but what we are going to get into is how we could consume all of the favorite foods responsibly, or what are the techniques of how we could consume all of the favorite foods and still lose fat. Okay, so the number one thing that we always have to remember is fat loss is dictated by energy balance, and we have to make sure that we are in a calorie deficit by the end of the day, okay, or by the end of the week, in order to make sure that our body gets the energy from our fat stores so that we could lose fat. As simple as that. So rule number one, when we talk about eating favorite foods and losing fat, is to eat protein and fibers before a meal. Okay, now let's take an example or a scenario. So now suppose you are going out for a party, suppose you are going out for a wedding, you are going out at office party or lunch, or just gonna hang out with your friends and gonna eat food there. What actually happens is we just go all in on the food that we see, and generally during parties and things like this, we never get healthy food or the food that is actually termed as healthier. Okay, what we see is all of the fried foods, all of the sweet dishes, all of the high calorie foods there. Because again, the intention of the party is not to make someone healthier. The intention of the party is get everyone together, make them enjoy their food, make them socialize and things like that. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we stay healthy, even if we are going to parties, vacations, weddings and things like that. So when we consume protein and fibers, fibers could come from vegetables, it could come from fruits. These are the two best sources for fiber. Protein could come from whey protein, could come from chicken, paneer, eggs, whatever you want. So next time what you just do is, whenever you want to go out for a wedding, whenever you want to go out for a vacation, not vacation I would say, but office parties or things like this, dinners, lunch, all of these things, what you just do is just consume a whey protein shake and an apple before going out. Because we generally eat more during parties and things is because we are hungry in the first place, that we are hungry and we don't see anything that is healthy, so we just eat whatever is available. That is number one. And number two is, these foods are very very delicious. Yes, these foods being delicious is also one of the reason that makes us eat these foods in slightly more quantities than what we would actually eat if these foods are not that delicious. Okay, so when we eat protein and fibers before going out for lunches, dinners and parties, what actually happens is we get food. Okay, so we are not that hungry when we go to a party. Our body gets all of the nutrients, because again our body has that senses key, we, even if we are getting energy from our food, are we actually getting nutrients from our food or not? Pizzas and burgers and things like these will not give us the nutrients that we actually need. Proteins, fibers, multivitamins, minerals and antioxidants, all of these things, our body is not going to get all of these things from pizzas and burgers and all of the foods. Okay, so our body will make us eat more food in order to get all of those nutrients from the food, because food is again a source of nutrients for our body. Okay, so when our body senses that we have got sufficient food inside, we have got sufficient nutrients inside, the body will not crave for food. Then what you could do is, whenever you go for a party, you could always enjoy the food that is available, but your body is not hungry now and you can make better choices, because now you are not hungry. Now it is not a compulsion for you to eat whatever is available. You can always moderate the quantities and the decision is now in your hand. If you don't like the food there, you could not eat the food at all. If you want to socialize, you can just enjoy some food and you could still be in a much better place. You will not feel guilty, you would not regret the decisions of eating a lot of food, because now your stomach is already full and you don't need a lot of food right now. Okay, so this in itself will help you to consume a lot less calories than what you would have if you would not consume protein and fibers before going out to the party. One more thing here is, I haven't mentioned it in this point, but drinking 2 glasses of water before eating out at parties. Because you know what happens, our stomach has got mechanoreceptors. Mechanoreceptors are basically stretch receptors. So it just detects that the stomach is slightly getting bigger or expanding. Okay, so what these mechanoreceptors will tell our brain is, now there is food inside the body and we don't need a lot of food now, it's okay, it's time to stop eating now. Okay, so whenever we drink 2 glasses of water, which would approximately be around 400 to 500 ml, what our body will get a sense ki there is food in the stomach, we don't have to eat a lot of it now. Okay, so this will naturally make you eat less food. And let me tell you this, my friend, drinking water before meal does not dilute the acids in your stomach and does not cause any problem with digestion. Okay, just go out there, drink two big glasses of water before eating all of these foods and you will naturally eat less food. That is the rule number one. So rule number two is, cook your foods at home. As simple as that, my friend. Whenever you want to eat a biryani, you want to eat pizza, you want to eat burgers, you want to eat cakes, whatever it is, cook your food at home. When you cook your food at home, what happens is you have the choice, you have the control of what ingredients are going inside. You can always control the quality of the ingredients and the quantity of the ingredients. Both of these things are very very important and play a very very important role. Because whenever you are going to eat food from outside, number one thing that the seller of the food, the restaurant or the manufacturing company or whoever they are, they have two goals, my friend. They are a company, look at it from that point of view. Okay, they want to make profits. They can make profits just by doing two things: either they can reduce the cost of production, or either they can make you consume a lot of it. And generally, what they do is they do both of them. They reduce the cost of manufacturing by using low quality ingredients in most cases, not all. Okay, they reuse the ingredients like oils and things that can be reused, which is not good for us. Okay, they buy ingredients in bulk, store it for a very long time, which again hampers the quality of the ingredients, the nutrition profile, and things like that, which again saves cost at their back end, but is not that healthy option for us. Okay, and number two is they make sure that they make the food so delicious, the texture is so soft and things like that, that we are compelled to eat more of it. We are compelled to come over there again and again, again and again, and eat their food in big quantities. These are the two things that will help them make profits, and these are the two things that will not be great for our body in the long run. So what can we do about it? The rule is simple, my friend. Cook your food at home. You can cook every food at your home. And now let's take an example of fried chicken. If you want to eat fried chicken, you will go out to KFC and you will spend almost 3x the amount that you would be buying the chicken in. So whenever you go out to KFC, you would be spending 3x more than what you would actually spend if you just prepare the food at home. Okay, your food would not be fried in the oil that you would actually fry if you are cooking it at home. If you are cooking it at home, you will make sure that the oil is fresh. Number two, the oil that you are putting in is under your control. You will not put in as much oil as the chicken needs, you will put as much oil as you need. Okay, you could always air fry it, you could always cook it in oven, you could always cook it in a frying pan by using high quality oil and less quantity of oil. Very very important, my friend. Plus you would also not spend a lot of money if you make all of these things at home. Sometimes it is fine to eat out, but if we could eat the same quality of food inside our house by paying one third of the money, why not make it at our house? It will make sure the quality of ingredient is good, the quantity of everything that goes inside the food is high quality. Even for pizzas, my friend, whenever you go out for eating pizzas, you could make the same pizza at your house as well. Although it would be 80 to 90% as tastier as the pizza that you get from outside, but the quality of the pizza that you cook at home would be 110% better than what you would be eating outside. Okay, that is a point, my friend. Whenever you eat your food at home, you are in control of the quantities of the food, the quality of the food that is going inside. You will naturally consume like thousands of calories less. Now, the on the point of the fried chicken that we were on. Okay, if you just make your fried chicken at home and you just use an air fryer for it rather than going out to KFC and buying their fried chicken, fried chicken would contain almost around 1500 to 1000 extra calories than what you could get when you cook your fried chicken at home in an air fryer. Air fryer, just spray the oil inside or just brush it from top, and that's what you would be making the whole half a kg or 1 kg of chicken within just 5 to 10 ml of oil. Whereas when you go out to KFC and you buy the fried chicken, you will not get a fried chicken in less than 50 to like 80 calories, 80 grams of fats, my friend, not calories. 5 to 10 grams of fats from oil. And here also, when we deep fry it in KFC, 80 to 50 to 80 grams of fats. 50 grams of fats is like 450 calories. 10 grams of fats is like 90 calories. 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. And this 400 difference of 400 calories is like one good strength training session. So you could not do one cardio session, and you could basically replace that 450 calories by one good cardio session as well. You'll not have to do that one extra cardio session throughout the week if you just make this small switch in your food routine. Cook your food at home, my friend. Even for pizzas, you could make the most delicious pizzas. You could add in the most delicious cheese into it. You could add in a lot of protein in there. You could avoid all of the refined flours and oils and things like that. You could make the most delicious pizza at your home as well, within less calories, great quality ingredients, and saving your money as well. So this was number 2 of how you can eat your favorite foods while dropping fat. Number 3, rule number 3 is have your favorite foods after a workout. So whenever we work out, what actually happens is our body uses the energy from our body. Okay, and number 2, the whenever we do strength training, our muscles are getting used, and there is a store of glucose inside our muscles as well. This is called as muscle glycogen. This glycogen store gets empty after a good workout session. And what actually happens is, after a good workout session, the body needs to replenish all of the glycogen stores as well. And whenever we have a high calorie meal, or all of these favorite foods are of course high calorie meals, so whenever we consume that high calorie meal, what actually happens is the extra calories inside our body will also be used to replenish the muscle glycogens. So the muscle glycogens will again get restored faster. And what actually happens is, this funda is called as nutrition partitioning. Okay, so everything that we eat does not always get stored as fat. What actually happens is, the energy that we get from the food, it gets converted to glucose. The energy, of course, whenever we eat carbohydrates get converted to glucose, proteins get converted to amino acids, the fat that we eat get converted to lipids. Okay, so what happens with the extra energy in our body, it is, first way of storage is, it stores the glucose in our blood for instant use for energy. Then it stores it into liver has got store of glycogen where your energy is stored. Number 3 is our muscles. There is a store of glycogen inside our muscles as well, which our muscles use for contraction, relaxation, and its day-to-day activities. And then the calories that are left over even after these 3 storages is getting stored into the fat, because fat is unlimited energy store. Your muscles have a very limited capacity of storing glycogen. Your blood has again a limited storage of glycogen. Liver is also having a limited storage of glycogen, but fats, they have unlimited stores of energy. So everything that will be left out after filling out the 3 stores first will end up into fats. But when your body needs to replenish the muscle glycogen and you are consuming a high calorie food, majority of it would be going into the glycogen stores. And that will make sure that you don't end up gaining all of the fats from the extra calories, because now your body needs to replenish the glycogen stores as well. So it will replenish those first, and after that, if there are calories left, it will of course go into fat. But you have to remember this as well, my friend. At the end of the day, the net calorie balance is what is very important. Net calorie balance is like, if you are just burning 2000 calories and eating 2500, of course the extra 500 calories are gonna get stored as fats as well. Okay, but if you are eating a high calorie meal without a workout, what actually happens is, your muscle glycogens are already full. Okay, because our body naturally has that process inbuilt, ki it just builds in the blood glycogen levels and keeps it restored, so that whenever you need those, you would be having it ready, and you could go into a go and have a great strength training workout anytime, or you could just go run, you could do anything that you want to do whenever you want to do. Okay, but post workout is a kind of a different window, we could say, or a different scenario. Here your blood glycogen levels are low, and your body then will refill the blood glycogen levels first before toggling the rest of the energies, extra energy in the form of fat. So this is tip number 3, that have your favorite food or your, what we could say, high calorie meal after a good workout session, but make sure that at the end of the day you are still in a calorie deficit, or else if you are in a net calorie surplus, you are consuming more, you will end up gaining fat. Rule number 4 is moderate your quantities. Now, rule number 4 becomes way easier when we are following rule number 1 and rule number 2 right. Now, whenever we talk about moderating quantities, if you are hungry, if you haven't had any food to eat, if you haven't cooked the food at home, you are directly going to parties and things like that, you are seeing a lot of hyper palatable, very delicious food there. You are going to eat a lot of food, and you are going to eat a lot of calories, and it will become very difficult for you to moderate the quantities. Okay, so if you follow rule number 1, drink 2 glasses of water, have a protein shake, have an apple, or not a protein shake, even not a protein shake, you can have a paneer sandwich with 150 200 grams of paneer, 2 breads, a lot of veggies into it, you have that before going out. Or you have a chicken salad bowl and you have it before going out with 2 glasses of water. You're not going to stay as hungry, and moderating the food would become a lot easier for you, a lot easier for you. Okay, and if you again follow rule number 2, that the food is prepared at home and things like that, you are anyways going to get a lot less calories from there. The food is not going to be as tasty as the food that you buy from outside, so you're naturally going to eat a little lesser than what you would have if the food would have been 11 on 10 on the taste scale. Okay, so that is what. But apart from following the rule 1 and rule 2, although it will help you to make sure that the moderation becomes easier, moderation can also become easier by a few more tips. The tip number 1 here is to use small plates and bowls. This is a psychological trick, my friend. Whenever we use a very big plate, what happens is we take in a lot of food. Okay, because the rest of the plate stays empty, and we don't like using empty plates. We just fill it up. Okay, but if we use a smaller plate, even with smaller portion, the plate will look full, and that that tricks our brain to see that the plate is already full and this is the quantity that we want to eat. Okay, so use smaller plates, use smaller bowls, use smaller spoons. If you use smaller spoons, again you would be eating 2 extra bites, and it will again make play a psychological trick with your brain and tell you, yeah, now I'm done, it's okay, this much food is enough for me. Okay, and that is what. Use smaller plates, use smaller bowls, use smaller spoon, take smaller bites, and eat your food mindfully, eat your food slow. Carry your plate, go out with friends, talk with friends, have a talk, just hang around with friends. Don't just sit there and get distracted, watch a Netflix and just eat uncontrollably. Be mindful, be present in the moment, eat your food slow, feel the texture of the food, feel how it is making you feel, how the food is making you feel, of course, and how does it react with your body. Chew it for slightly extra bites, don't just swallow all of the food that you eat. Give it some time, eat it slow. These are proven techniques that will help you to eat less food overall. Even if you are eating hyper palatable food, these are the techniques that will help you to reduce the overall food that you consume. Okay, so this was rule number 4. Rule number 5 is schedule a treat meal. This is the strategy that I use with a lot of my clients who haven't been dieting from a very long time, or who have a tendency to eat a lot of food outside, or who cannot control their food cravings and things like that. What I do with them is I tell them that we schedule a treat meal. Okay, so what we actually do is after every 2 weeks on Sundays, we schedule a treat meal for them. So treat meal could be anything that they love to eat. It could be biryani, it could be pizza, it could be burger, or whatever they want. What I tell them is ki you can eat this food, but after next 2 weeks, and after you fill up the progress check report. So the progress check report is actually a tracking mechanism that we use for the clients, so that it takes away all of the guesswork. We have all of their data. We can see that what food they ate, what changes that made with their body, not just weight but also measurements, energy levels, biofeedback markers, and all of those things. So that makes the process a lot more independent in itself, so that the guesswork goes away, and we have the exact mechanism to make sure that the client is making progress or they are not. Okay, so what we do is we just schedule the treat meal on, like, after every 2 weeks on Sundays. But before having that treat meal, what they have to do is we have the process goals in place. So the process goals are basically they have to make sure that they go in for 10 workouts for 2 weeks. So 10 workouts for 2 weeks is like 5 workouts in a week. Okay, and till the point they eat their treat meal, they have to eat all of their meals at home and the way that we have planned for them. So what this does is they can always enjoy their favorite food as a treat meal, but that will not hamper their progress in the long term. Rather, having this treat meal, they will look forward to the treat meal, and by that they will have enough motivation to eat all of the things that we have planned, all of the things that will make them healthier, make their workouts, or make them stay consistent with their workouts. And this will also make sure that they can eat a treat meal on every other Sunday. This will help them make a lot of progress. I have never seen a client not make progress after eating a treat meal, because one treat meal will not get you out of track, my friend. Just like eating one good food or one good meal will not help you to lose all of the body fat, one treat meal will not get you off track or make you gain all of your weight back. Because we need 7,000 calories, my friend. We need 7,000 calories to gain 1 kg of fat, and that also our body does not. If you just put in 7,000 calories, all of those will you will get 1 kg of fat overnight. That does not happen like that. Our body will burn off most of it in the form of thermic effect, or in the form of heat. Basically the rest of it, our body will have more energy. The body will make sure that you have enough energy, and you will make better decisions. You will go out for walk, you will go out for run, you will go carry your groceries and things like that, and you will spend some extra calories there. You will spend some extra calories in your workouts as well, because now you have a little extra you will have a little extra energy. You can do one extra set there. You could add in 15 extra minutes of cardio. So this energy will all in all get compensated. Although it does not, I am not here to say that you will not gain fat. You will gain it, but it won't make a huge difference, my friend. Okay, so these are the 5 rules by which, if we use them correctly, we could make sure that we eat our favorite foods and still lose fat. Okay, this is how I include all of the favorite foods of my clients in their nutrition routine while making amazing progress. If you would look at my Instagram profile, I am on Instagram as fitness engineer underscore Vinay. You will see amazing progress of that my clients have made. And the only phenomenon that we use there is smart nutrition strategies, my friend. Because at the end of the day, why do we want to transform in the first place? Or why are we doing the fat loss in the first place? To make sure that we can enjoy our life to its fullest, right? But if we cannot enjoy our life to its fullest, if we cannot enjoy the food that we like, if we cannot eat the favorite foods that we want, if we cannot socialize with our friends over food and drinks and things like that, it would not make any sense to start this transformation journey or lose fat in the first place. Because again, if you don't know how to add these things in your routine while enjoying your life, you are going to fall apart. Because whenever you add in the favorite foods, whenever you go out for your friends, whenever you go out for socializing, you are not going to maintain the progress that you are actually making. So use these 5 strategies. These 5 rules will help you to include your favorite foods and still lose fat. That's about today's episode, my friend. I hope that helps. I hope that adds in some value to your life. And if it does, make sure you share it with your friend. You share it on your social media, so that I feel motivated, I feel inspired to help you and to give more of my knowledge, more of what I actually know. Always happy to hear your comments, your feedback, and things that you have tried, so that I can include those in my next episodes. As always, if you have any more doubts, questions, or queries, or suggestions that I could use to improve my podcast and things like that, drop it in the comment below or DM it to me on my Instagram. I'm on Instagram as fitnessengineer_Vinay. Happy to help you. Bye.